Hello, hello, hello. Oh man, another day, good servant land. Another day, another hour, another season. Hopefully, we get back on track and get this party rolling. I was deep in the Bible last night, and yeah. I made it, my friend. I made it, my friend. I don't know if I should be smiling, but I probably should be more apologetic. But uh, I just knew I've been sleeping real well lately, and been sleeping really well lately, and today was no different. I just had I just had my slide down the couch, the crack in the couch, so I didn't hear my many alarms going off. But I didn't really plan on having a big turnout today. I mean, I just where do I start? I did a lot of praying last night about some stuff, and I did a lot of thinking and a lot of soul searching about what I'm gonna do about the channel, like where are we going with it, because it's important. It's important for me to promote a life-saving message, right? That's the most loving thing you can do, is tell somebody the truth when their life is on the line. I mean, either that or die for them. And I'll say this: I put out Romans 10:9. I don't know if you guys saw it. Did you guys see Romans 10:9 out there? I put Romans 10:9 out there. If you, I don't want to paraphrase it, but yeah, that's the minimum you have to do to get saved, right? And right, but I put out yes or no, under it, right? Like, do you agree or disagree with this statement, right? Because that's what makes you part of this channel or not part of this channel, right? Is whether or not you believe that, right? Not because look here, a person that comes here could believe whatever they want. I love them just the same, and trust me, I do. I there's people I love that aren't there yet, right? If you're on your way there, or you are open to believing that, right? And you're seeking God, right? And that's one of the possibilities for you still, then yeah, I definitely, you're not wasting your time being here, for sure, right? But if it's something that you disagree with, right? If it's something that you disagree with, this is not the place for you, right? It's not the place for you. And it's not because of anybody or anyone or whatever, right? But what happens is if somebody has a belief, right, that is a little bit off of center, that is somehow either coming to the chat or connected to the show somehow, or watches the shows. It's like I'm responsible for that person's belief, and that's unfair. That's unfair. That if someone believes something that's not a life-saving message yet, and I can only be responsible for what I believe. I'm only in charge of myself. And Yeah, I'm only in charge of myself and what I believe, right? And so if you don't believe that, okay, well then, I still could love you, right? And still have tolerance, for you, right? And all that, right? But that's not what this channel is about, right? This channel is about um saving your soul and going to the next level. And there are people here that aren't there yet, and they're working on it. And if they're gonna put their beliefs out there, they feel comfortable doing that, then they're gonna do that. And I don't have to agree with everything that everybody says on the like everyone is an individual person, right? And I'll say this: I believe Romans 10:9 with all of my heart. I believe that that's the truth, and to a very high degree. If you care about my opinion, right? If you're here because you care about my opinion, right? Then Jesus is God. Jesus is God in the flesh, and He died for our sins. I don't doubt that at all, and it took me many years of research and many years of going down rabbit holes and seeing intriguing things that were against the Bible and were hurtful to see, but I had to accept as a possible reality, right? It was hard work to get to where I'm at right here, right? And I have zero doubt, right? Zero doubt about what I believe. Now, you could take that and do what you want with it, But if that's the brand of the channel, if that's what brings people here is my opinion about the Bible, that's my opinion. My opinion about the Bible is 100% true. Now, do I know about if the history is true or this Council of Nicaea or people messing with the Bible and all this other crap? I don't know if any of that is true, right? Anything. I don't know if history is true. I don't know if science is true. I don't. I have a very high degree of belief that China is a country that's there because people are from there. But do I know it for sure? I've never been there. I don't know how long it takes to get there. Um, things like this, right? But to a very high degree, I believe that China is there, right? I'm more sure, right, that the Earth is flat in geometric orientation and stationary. I'm more sure about that than I am that there is a country called China or France or whatever, Well, France, I believe a little to even a higher degree because I've been there, right? But it's, but I'm just saying, like, there are things and there's things you believe. And a lot of people like to say they know things that they believe. Well, I don't know a lot of stuff, right? I know that I don't know. But what I do know is that uh, the way you get salvation is by believing in Jesus Christ and what He did for us on the cross. I believe that the price for our sin, right, is death. I believe that, and I believe that Jesus paid that price. I believe that God created the garden, right? Created the world in 6 days, right? And hold on, let me answer this text real quick. I don't care. I'm just gonna say what I believe. Sorry, I just had to answer someone else. Okay, so right. So I get that, Shannon. So that's great, but I mean, I just gotta make sure it's out there because I mean, it's like people hold me to this high standard, like that I gotta be perfect and I gotta be in control of what everyone else believes too. I'm just gonna say what it took me years to get. And maybe it'll be interesting. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm grateful for this channel. I'm grateful for the people. I'm grateful for the love. I mean, it's beyond. It's beyond, right? There's people that have watched this channel in the past or from its beginning or whatever that still take care of me today, right? That help me today, you know, spiritually and emotionally, right, and mentally, right, in that kind of a way, and so I believe that God created the world and it was good. I believe that there was probably angels like standing and applauding the beauty of this place. I mean, I could picture when this was done, like people being impressed, or not people, but angels or entities or whatever, and I believe that Adam was created and Eve was created from Adam, and I believe that everything was good until Adam sinned, until Eve ate the fruit and gave it to Adam. I believe that everything was meant to be good, and the tree of life was for Adam, and he was going to live forever and rule the world with God, right? And it was going to be great. But the sin it entered, right? The whatever the sin is, if you want to say it's a sexual sin, if you want to say it's just disobedience or whatever, to me it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, the truth, right? But for this story, it doesn't matter, because just the idea of defining right and wrong for yourself instead of letting God define right and wrong, because God defines right and wrong. If God wants to burn down all the trees, well, then that's right, because he invented the trees, right? He defines right and wrong, right? But we wanted to define right and wrong, and that's what happened. And the world fell. And the only way for us to reconcile back to God, right? Because he could have just wiped us out, right? Adam sinned. He was supposed to die. And we're all from Adam and Eve, so, none of us would have been here. But God figured out a way to fulfill the law, right? Complete the punishment and reconcile us back to him. And, so we could start over. And he even give us a choice if we wanted to or not. And I believe if you want to make it, you will. It wouldn't be free will if you couldn't choose to make it. You know what I mean? If it's if you want to go or not, that's the choice. And I think that's the most beautiful thing in the world, that God didn't punish us, right? He came in the flesh and he punished himself for what we did. And we can say, okay, well, we were born in sin and lost the world a long time ago, and it wasn't our fault, and we can play victim that way, or we could own up to the fact that we're sinners too, right? Which most of us here do that, right? Own up to the fact that we're sinners too, and God died for us. And that's what we should be willing to do for other people. If someone gets on your nerves and you don't like them, well, then you need to love them more. If someone is gaslighting you or bothering you or picking on you, or you think something's going on, or you're having huge emotional responses or small emotional responses, you need to just start loving people more, especially the people that you hate, especially them, especially the people that are hard to love, right? Because how many times have we been that person out there that's not the easiest person to love, right? I know there's a lot of times where people have been mad at me and I've had to deal with a lot of shame or a lot of guilt or whatever, and start like questioning, how much of this situation is my fault? What could I have done differently? What's my part in everything that I've ever been, you know, a part of, whether it's my fault or not? What could I have done differently? And, there's a lot that I could have done differently in life. I mean, of course I wanted to. I mean, if I could do it over again, and if it were possible, I would live my life perfect. But it's not possible. Even now, knowing what I know, right? Which is very little, but I know how to get myself out of here, right? And I know how to share that with other people. Like, hey, this is what I learned. You could repeat it. I don't know anything better than that. And when I examine all the deals right out there, right, this is like really the best possible scenario for us is to have our slate wiped clean, have a creator that wants to spend eternity with us, which is, I mean, you can't promise more time than that. That's the most amount we could get, and no pain, right? So it's the best possible scenario, and that's what happens to be true. Now, if right, how many times have I forgiven? Right, Dutch sailor, absolutely. Um, Service D, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I always forgive 70 times 7. People come here and call me an asshole all the time, I have people, really, I'm nice to people, to be honest. I'm nice to people, and people have burned me, right? I mean, burned me, man. But I don't, I mean, look, I don't hold that against people. I mean, in a way, I'm aware of it, right? I know that it happened, right? But I don't hold that to somebody forever, right? They're just living their life trying to be comfortable too. They blew it. Everybody saw it. Everybody knows it, right? They're gonna have to deal with that anyway, right? All you can do is hope that this person's gonna be better, you know? And it's not on me what other people do. Like, I can only be in charge of what I do. Barely. Yeah, right. I'm such a meanie. I know people hold me to such a high standard. Like, oh, this person over here said this. How could you allow that? What do you mean allow that? So if someone talks in my chat, I'm not allowing it. It's like that's a public. I consider this a public space for people to come and be here and express their thoughts. What do you mean allow that? I don't understand that way of thinking. I'm not in charge of anybody. Now, if somebody wants to come to me for comfort or advice or some counsel or something like that, or they want to bounce some ideas off of me, right? Or just have me listen, then I'll do that, But don't come to me like I'm causing your problems because you have a problem with somebody in here. Because it has nothing to do with me, Like, I'm nice to each one of you separately and all together, right? And so if there's an issue between I'll help you exist in this group by telling you what it is that you're not doing or doing that could be better. Or you're just going to keep getting what you're getting, right? Like, if you keep doing what you're doing in life, right? Good or bad, right? It doesn't have to be bad, but if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. There's no other formula, right? If every time you get into a group and it falls apart for you and then you are on your own and you really want to be back in the group and everything, right? Then there's something that you're doing that you can do better or differently. And if someone's willing to help you, right, be better, it's not about being embarrassed. It's about overcoming that hump. And then it's in the past, right? Even the very worst person on YouTube, to me, if they came here and legitimately wanted to be better, right? And I believed it, right? Then they would be in here and all that would be behind them. All the shame and guilt and all that would be all behind them. So anybody in this group that's been loved for however long that, we've been loving each other, we just come in here and we just say, hey, look, man, I blew it, I blew it, man, thinking this and this, and obviously this is not what's really happening. I'm delusional in some kind of way. My thinking is broken, right? And I realize that I can't count on my own judgment anymore, and I need the group to help me. That's all you got to say. And then instead of an enemy, you become, you become a person that's maybe a bit of a project, but it's worth it though, And so yeah, I mean, and hey, look, I'm not trying to put anybody out there. Yeah, like there's nothing, like if anything happens in a live stream tomorrow, it's over. Like just dust off your spirit, right, and show up tomorrow. And really, I would think that the more embarrassing and the harder it is to come back, the more it's going to build your character, and the more people will respect you. I think, the harder it is, the more embarrassment you're overcoming, right? Then the better off you are, right? But we can't always make things comfortable for everybody, right? Tap dancing and this, I can't talk about that, I can't talk about that. This makes people pop around like popcorn. I can't talk about that subject. I want to talk about everything. And that's the way it's going to be. If there's 4 people if people are mad at me because I say the truth, or if I correct somebody, or if I say, wow, that's kind of blasphemous there, but I get what I get your thinking and where you're at, and I want to meet you where you're at and help you go forward without humiliating you, but you're not quite there yet. I should be able to say that and not have somebody, fall apart on me. We're at the end times, man. You are delusional if you think that if we're not at the end times, then America's not going to go on very long. I mean, just that alone, there's going to be war. I mean, like there's war every 20 years everywhere else, right? We are lucky that we didn't have to face any of that because we happen to be in the the big bad wolf, right? The country everybody's afraid of, right? But financially we're falling apart, and morally it's getting degraded. God is not on our side as far as a country, I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, I can't speak for God, but I can't imagine that God wants this place to be successful, and it's not going to last. And so, I am not in denial about it. It's pretty clear to me this is the end times, and it's pretty clear to me that I'm surprised we're even here now. I mean, to be honest, I thought we would be gone by now. Like, it's and I get it. A lot of people don't want to hear that, right? A lot of people don't want to, oh, I don't, it's not all doom and gloom, but it's not doom and gloom. It's not that God coming back is not doom and gloom. God coming back is going to be the greatest thing of all time. See you later, Vinny. I'm good. Is this Vinny? Vinny from over there? I can't remember. Vinny Barbarino, or is this a new different Vinny? I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're here for sure. It's like, oh man, it's just I'm pumped up, man. Oh, your cousin. Hey, I'm glad you're here, buddy. Hey, sorry about that. I thought you were already a friend. And you are anyway. Even the newest person, I would die for you. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to love each other and tolerate each other. I know being tolerant has been hijacked, right? And turned into this liberal term, this radical being tolerant radically to people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you're in this family and you're trying hard to learn about Jesus Christ, right? Because that's the God I'm not here to serve some different kind of God or some God you want to create and make up because it's easier for you to say. Or where I love everybody that comes here. I do, and I personally reach out to everybody and have correspondence. But there are some things I disagree with. I can only agree with what I know to be true. That's it. And so, I'm just trying really hard to do the right thing because this isn't going to be forever, guys. I mean, I know that every other day I get somebody, texting me, even after a good show when everyone's happy, someone will text me, "Oh, what a horrible show. This I'm never coming back ever again. And it could be probably my best person, my favorite person, and a good show, and get like, I'm never coming back. This was horrible. And what can I do about that? Like, there's nothing. This isn't going to be forever. This will go away at some point. And I'm in prayer. I'm prepared to walk away and be fine. I'm prepared to walk away and be fine. No, I wasn't talking about you, but I know a lot of people think that just because I say that I'm talking about them, but a lot of people do the same thing. You're not as unique as you guys think. You know what I mean? If you think I'm talking about you, I'm probably not. Like, but if something hurts or fits, then put it on. Right? Because it's out of love, right? Like, I want this to look. I'm not saying I want it to be something that can never happen. It's never going to be a utopia. It's never going to be let's get along. It's never going to be like, it's always going to be like this, right? But and I'm realistic, right? We got a chat group up there that keeps running, but people are going to get their feelings hurt. I'm going to let you know that. There are going to be people that's going to misrepresent stuff or misread stuff or not understand you or pick on you or gaslight you or be mean, right? There's gonna be people that will do that, and we gotta love them. And I know that sounds contrary to what you're supposed to do in life, right? Which is get rid of poison people and take care of yourself and love yourself till you can love others, right? I get that. And I get that it's contrary to if this was you only live once and this is your life and best life now, right? If that was all true, then yeah, you got to cut out all the negative people, man, and just roll and just only think positive thoughts, man, only positive vibes, right? But that's not it. This is a vapor. This is nothing. This isn't my life. This isn't YOLO and all this. This is a small piece that belongs to God that was given to me to help other people. And I don't see look, when I woke up and I was the center of my world, right? Every day I wake up and I'm the star of the movie, and everything I notice is just how it relates to me, right? then that's one thing, right? But God is in the middle, and I'm out here. And I'm out here, and God is in the middle, and He's got a plan, and that's it, right? And it's not, hey, give to Caesar this and give God what belongs to God. No, give this crap back to Caesar, and let's go give God what belongs to God. Give it back. I don't want it. I don't want any part of this life anymore. Not I'm not suicidal. I don't want the story anymore. I don't want these imaginary lines and you tell me I'm an American because I was born here. And I was born here. I should be able to go wherever I want to go. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff, man. It's already been decided before I even got here. I didn't decide to give all the gold away and then, start working with paper. I don't know who made that deal, but I don't know why I got to live with it. You know what I mean? I want the gold back. You know what I mean? Like what's this paper, man? I didn't make that decision. How come all the stuff is owned already by the time I got here? There's no spot for me. I mean, everything is just messed up, man. Anybody who'd want to save this system in any kind of way where you work your butt off to buy something that was free in the first place. It was already here and nobody owned it. You know what I mean? And like you work hard to be in debt $2 million by the time you wake up and you're in debt, or you're born, you're in debt, 300 grand or something like that, just because of our debt, right? National debt. Then you're in debt $1 million for a house out here in California. Then you're in debt $500,000 for your education. So, you're basically, you break your back for a house and 2 cars, if you're lucky. And you keep that job 40 years if you're lucky. Okay, look, hey, but more power to you if you can do it and if you've done it, right? But that's the top, man. That's the top, right? God offers something way better than that. Way better than that. And you guys keep me on point, man. And I count on you guys, man. Surprise, surprise, I've only been reading the Bible about, 5 years or whatever. You guys know more than I do. I don't know why it all worked out this way. And I don't know why it worked out to where I'm up here and you guys come here. I don't know, right? I just know that I'm here to share it with everybody because it's for all of us, right? And now that we got the number of people, right, down to like the number where everyone gets along and everyone is, it's like everything seems to be consistent, right? We can open it up and get more people in here by talking about certain things. We can tighten it up and get less people and be more intimate, right, when we talk about certain things. But there's a family starting to form, right, and a unit starting to be built, and we are a body, right? We're more than friends, right? Even though we don't know each other and some of you have never even heard your voice, right? We're a part of each other, right? And so this is the way it is. Some of you more than others, right? Of course, right? Because I talk to you more, or I've dealt with you more, or I can empathize more with you and feel your emotions, right? But you would be surprised, even with little contact, just how much of other people's feelings I could feel. And I don't know why it worked out that way. I don't know why it all happened. Because it's weird. I've listened to people that have studied the Bible 30, 40 years, and they make no sense to me at all, man. Like they're way off, and I know that they're wrong, and I don't know if it's on purpose or if they are intentionally trying to fool people. And then I know people that have read the Bible very, not very long at all, that are very smart. And it's not even about smart, it's about something. I mean, there's something that God allows you to get to, or He doesn't. And it's not about how long you study or how much you study, or even though studying is very important, it's about what is revealed to you, right? And those revelations being confirmed, right? And we need each other. We all do different stuff. Some people can tell right away if somebody's lying to them. That's good discernment, right? Some people know if they're being lied to, if you're being genuine or not, you know? And some people are good at scrutinizing film. Some people are good at math. Some people are good at, particle physics, right? But altogether, we figure it out, right? And then there's our spiritual gifts too, like, I mean, us being able to comfort others and help others grow, right? And yeah, Rowan, I will. I think I should give you a call soon. I will schedule that in. I'm at the point now where I'm completely always booked, but I can create time around, so I can carve time out for people, out of that, if I don't fall asleep. Sleeping is the only thing that takes time out of my day where it's gone, Other stuff I can kind of fit in. I could do a couple things at one time. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to be like, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, right? I don't. And if I'm there's a couple of people that, like, maybe I'm a little rough on sometimes, but it's for them, right? And when I say rough, I mean I'm not rough on anybody ever. It's it's when I say rough, it's not rough, but like rough for me, a little stern, like not agreeable, right? And it's just so that people could grow, and like, you can't exist in a place where you keep getting hurt all the time unless you change. You have to be able to know how to navigate or else you can't exist in that platform. You have to just go back to a simpler life, right? Where that's where that's not an option for you, And here's the thing, right? It's like of course people are talking about me or talking about you or whatever, but what people say about me is none of my business, man. I don't care. I don't care what people say about me. It doesn't hurt. Like I should be so lucky if they did that in front of me so I could see it, right? Okay, well, that's an extra offer, right? And they know that I'm going to see it, right? Okay, well, good. But it's no reason to get hurt over. Like, if somebody's, don't be overly sensitive for things like that. And I get not everybody's at the same. Some people are mentally smart, right? I'm not saying that they have anything wrong with them mentally, but emotionally very young, right? With very childlike emotions, right? Some people have, are very mature in that way, but spiritually they're not very mature, right? And so, there's different parts of us that can be developed or not developed, right? And it's good to be spiritually mature, but not very many people are, They take care of their body and their mental health, right? And they take care of, their social circle, right? the spiritual side of things gets kind of neglected, right? Here we're working on it. And you could say people that do yoga and all that other stuff, they're working on it, right, in their way, and we're doing what is a life-saving salvation, right? And should be better than all of that. If you have the faith, right, then that's what it is. Hey Tom, how you doing, buddy? I don't know, man. I don't know how I got to preaching, man. I never do that. Like, I don't know why. I just felt like I had to say stuff, because like I keep allowing stuff, right, and I want to make it comfortable for this person, that person, and then it gets to the point where I can't tap dance and make everybody. I can't tap dance and make everybody happy. It just will never work, right? There's always going to be people that you don't like in here, or don't want to. I don't want that person in here or that person. Well, too bad. It like God runs the world, not you. And that's just the way it is. Like, I mean, if you don't like it, take it up with the man. I mean, it's not my fault. I get it. Certain things are more comfortable for you or whatever, and you're not there yet. But guess what, man? We're running out of time. We're running out of time to not be getting it. If Jesus is not dwelling in you, and you in him, and him, the Father in him, and if we're all not dwelling in each other, right? Lovers of the word and lovers of the truth, and then if we're not part of God, the real God, right? If we're taking glory away from God, that's not good either. A form of godliness, but denying the power. God is Jesus Christ. That's it. I mean, if you're worshiping something else or taking glory away from him, that is not good. That may not even be a life-saving message for you. Maybe you think in your head that it's Jesus and you're worshiping Jesus and you're saying certain words or whatever. Okay, that's cool. You want to write whatever, you want to write a little poem, and it's beautiful, and it is, and the person that writes it is beautiful, right? That's great, and I agree, right? But make sure that what you have in your head is a life-saving message, because it doesn't matter what you've done in life, it matters what you believe. That's what God says, not me, right? I mean, it does matter what you've done, but for salvation purposes, it doesn't, right? If you separate salvation, right, from your life, then, well, yeah, then you got to believe that God came and took your punishment and died and came back from the dead, and you got to believe that he ascended to heaven in front of everybody on his own authority. He flew away. If you don't believe a man flew away, right, well, then I don't know about you. I just know what it says, right? And I think Romans 10:9 like is the simplest, but it's written everywhere, right? Go Ephesians chapter 2, 8, 9 probably, or John 3:16, or there's a few places you could go to. And read the book of Galatians and read the book of Romans, right? If you just listen to those two books, it's an hour and 20 minutes. You'll know everything you need to know about salvation. Throw in Ephesians, that's another 12, 18 minutes, whatever. It's nothing. This is all nothing. We could watch a video that's 20 minutes, an hour, whatever, right? But we can't listen to a book of the Bible that's an hour. I mean, okay, let's say Genesis is pretty long, and Exodus, and the Gospels are all a couple hours, right? I mean, if you know, if that's what you're concerned about, break that up into different sections. And here's the thing, Shannon, right? Is you can actually search just the parables of Jesus, right? And just listen to him talking, the parables. Only the words of Jesus if you want. And just play it on a loop, you know? It's beautiful, right? It's just beautiful. And yeah, that's right. That's right. Everything can be used as a weapon, right? So be careful. Not everyone holding the Bible is your best friend. They could be trying to hurt you, you know. But anyway, I love you guys. This is as long as I can carry an audience, and I know that. And so I won't hold you very much longer. It's time to hit the old dusty trail. And so praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. That's what it's all about. Without Jesus, we're not saved. If you don't believe in Jesus, you're not saved. That's it. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. He's the ultimate hero. He has all power. Not some, not a little bit, not half of it, all of it. He's the only one that can open up the seal. That's it. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory to God. That's it. Pray for the kids, man. Pray for the kids that need help and can't get anyone to help them, you know? Pray for anybody being victimized that needs help that can't overpower the situation they're in. They need our divine help, our prayers. I mean, we're at the point now where horrific things are happening, even in our own neighborhoods, you know? And, you know, God bless you guys. I love you. And I'll see you guys tonight at 5 p.m.